Hello and welcome to the Humble Seer. So this is all cards in the deck, and I'm going to title this one, Sometimes People Need to Learn a Lesson, and you listening, you're the teacher. So let's get right into it. Again, a lot of this will be around the workplace, but it'll fit where it will fit. Okay, if you're drawn to listen to this, then you're here for a reason. So let's go ahead and let's see what the first card is for Sometimes People Need to Learn a Lesson and You're the Teacher. Okay, so we have Ace of Cups. I feel like a lot of this could be around young people. Not young, I mean young as in like in their 20s. And they bring you the tower. They bring you all kinds of problems. This could be in a school environment. I know school is it's not in session right now, but when it is in session, okay, so you just have to fit this where it's going to fit. But the tower steps in because these people around you, they're a problem, and you want your victory. You want victory away from where this is that you're at. You want to get out of this environment. You don't want to be there. You want your Six of Wands, which is, it's freedom. It's more than victory, it's freedom. But the Three of Pentacles steps in, and the Three of Pentacles, you're with someone. It's like you're partnering with someone to try to school these people. Now, if it's not younger people, it's just people in general. It could be people in your work environment, but you want the Nine of Cups. You want to escape this environment, and you're trying to figure out how. But the point of this read is to show you how to teach these people a lesson. You want to move on, but it's like, hold on, pump the brakes before you move on, which you will, but you won't move on until you teach lessons. And now you have Page of Wands. These people that are in your vicinity, in close proximity to you, they are pages. Like I say, they're younger people, and they're on fire. Not literally, but their attitude and the things that they do, it leaves you like this, the Five of Cups. It leaves you feeling a certain way, a way that's not good. You don't feel good when you leave this environment that you're in because you feel like you're not making a difference. But there are people within this environment that you're in that are making you happy. It's far and few between, though, is what I'm getting. They're not a lot, but there are some happy squirrels that can take you out of this, but I get it's momentarily. Now, around you, there are people that think they're Casanovas. I don't know what this environment is that you're in, but it's younger people. And you might be young yourself. You might even be the same age, but you are a mature younger person, right? But you have Casanovas, you have people just all over the place, from wanting to offer cups to, ignoring. I mean, it's a strange thing. But here's the thing. You are the magician. You have all the tools in the chest. You have everything. You have your cup, you have your pentacle, you have your wand, and you have your sword. You have everything needed to get through this situation. Why? Because you're the star. Now, you may not realize it, but people look up to you. Now, what's going to happen over time is more and more people are going to start looking up to you to the point where now you have the sun. But before you get to that, there are things that you have to do. You have to continue to teach. You have to continue to give them lessons to learn. Whatever environment you're in is what you're teaching, okay? And you want your Four of Wands, which you will get. You will get your Four of Wands. And that is a happy home. Because when your environment isn't happy, isn't good, you're not good. You're tired of carrying these Ten of Wands. You're tired of these people mouthing off to you, saying whatever they want to say. They're juveniles. Now, this could be grown, for example. It could be people that are incarcerated and they're young in the mind and they do immature things, and you want to leave because they give you the Ten of Wands. That's for somebody in particular. And they also give you the moon. There's deception in this environment. You don't know what to think of what's going on. There's always something happening, and you have to be one step ahead of everybody, because the emperor is telling you that. There's somebody that leads this whole thing, and you're looking at this emperor, or so-called emperor, because in reality they're really not an emperor, because an emperor leads properly. This is a fake emperor, and they're not leading people into a world that people want to enter into. For a lot of people, this is like an environment where you're teaching and then you're sending people on their way with what you've taught them, the lessons. But, they need to learn these lessons, and they're not going anywhere until they do. And you're feeling like, well, you know what, I shouldn't go anywhere either. Over time, or as you're listening to this, you're saying, you know what, I can do this. I have love at my home. I have the lovers. I have someone that I can talk to about these things. Even if it's God, you have what you need. You're equipped. Knight of Pentacles comes in, and they're a little more mature than the Page. They come rushing in, and they're like, well, if you want to make the money, if you want to make the bonus, if you want to do this, then you're going to have to stay on this track and teach these people this lesson. It's like you were brought in to teach this lesson. Two of Swords comes in, and I see this as opponents. There are people that are, vying for what you're doing. Because what you're doing is very important. It's important to the world because you have an effect on people. And like I say, there's some good people that come in, and there's some people that are damaged and broken. And you have to teach them lessons. It may not be easy. And you may be doing things that you're saying, well, not enough people are paying attention to my lessons. They're not listening. Well, because they don't want to listen. You know why? Because they know you speak the truth. But they would rather carry the wands than to listen to you, or to, whatever. You could be on a podcast. There's so many people that will listen. It's hard to say. But whatever it is, you're reaching a lot of people, plenty of people, more than the average person would reach. And your reach is getting ready to grow. Now you have the Eight of Cups, and you have people battling. What will happen in time? Right now, your teaching is maybe on a smaller scale. In other words, it hasn't reached the minds of the people that you want. It hasn't grown in the audience that you want, so on and so forth. People are fighting and arguing and disputing. They don't like things. They're pushing back. But you are still there to teach. Because again, this is sometimes people need to learn a lesson, and you're the teacher. The Queen of Swords comes in. Now, there are times when you have to be this person. You have to break out the Queen of Swords. Your tongue has to be sharp. But just know in time that people will celebrate that sharp tongue, and you will be able to ease up. But you're always going to, that tongue is going to be, it's going to be just below the surface, because you're no fool. And people are slowly coming to that conclusion. They're slowly drawing that conclusion, because the more you're out there, the more people will see you and hear you and understand what you're saying and what you're trying to deliver. Right now, they may be on the fence. They may be holding on tightly to what they believe and not so much what you believe. The Six of Cups comes around, and you're bringing people that were once around that are now coming back. So I get, as the story progresses, that you're teaching your lessons, people are starting to listen to, and they're starting to realize that you know what you're talking about, or you know best. So you're that teacher. Now you're the Knight of Swords, and sometimes the Knight of Swords can be destructive. But it's the people that you're talking to that can be destructive, because they don't listen, and they are destroying their own lives because they're around deceit. But they're around you. They've come to you for a reason, and the reason is you teach the lesson. Now, the King of Swords is even more mighty than the Queen. And so at times, you're going to have to ramp up that teaching and really, bring that tongue out and say what needs to be said. And it might take strength for you to do that, but you've got it within you. The King of Wands is a production. And in many ways, what you're doing, he's the director of the production. And in many ways, it is a production. What you're doing is a production. Now, the King of Cups comes in and it says, well, know when to be soft, right? And know when to be that King of Swords hidden back there. Now, the King of Cups is laying over top the King of Swords because you want to be as a King of Cups as much as possible. But sometimes you can't be because the people that you're dealing with are bound. Their mind is bound because the Eight of Swords is, swords in general in the tarot are about the mind. And the people are bound up. You're not bound up. You're free is what I get. You're free. That's why you're the teacher. And, you know, sometimes you have to be the empress too. Sometimes you have to serve up something sweet as opposed to something sour like vinegar. And chances are you're an attractive person and you are the teacher. The teacher is attractive. That's what keeps people coming. What you say, your voice, the things that you do. You're the empress. And people like that. And what will happen with all of your good teachings is good collaborations will come in, because that's what the Two of Wands is about. You know, they've got the world in their hands and they have options, two or more. So your balance and your patience and with the people that you're teaching will pay off. Now, you're not somebody that's looking for money. You're just you may have started out as the Knight of Wands, you come rushing in. But you will end as the King of Cups. The sad squirrel comes in and the sad squirrel says, well, I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but the people that you are trying to teach a lesson to are defiant in many ways. They have this look on their face like the sad squirrel. See the look on the sad squirrel's face? The sad squirrel is not happy. And the people that you're dealing with, well, they're going through a lot. You may be a counselor trying to teach people how to get into better relationships. Whatever you are, you're teaching. But the devil is attached to these people. The devil is manipulative. The devil has addictions. And a lot of these people do. But I see it more as addictions to bad relationships, addictions to bad managers, addictions to depression, feeling badly about themselves. So the Chariot has to come in and pick these people up and take them somewhere else. But you're the Chariot. You come in and you're coming in more and more because these people, they're trying, they're putting in the work. At least they think they are, but they have had no direction up until now. You are their direction. You were that Page of Swords. You started out as the Page of Swords, and as you've gone along, you've learned along the way. You were also the Page of Cups, where you understood and you had empathy, but it wasn't as mature as it is now. It's full blown. Now you are the King of Cups. And you will get your Nine of Pentacles just because you're the teacher. You've been brought in to be the teacher, but for the longest you were the Page of Pentacles, and you didn't know where this teaching was going. You didn't know that you had to teach these people. You didn't know that that was going to be your destiny, your job. And you graduated to the Queen of Cups. You're the King and Queen of Cups. You're just you're either a king or a queen of cups. Somebody that people know. They may have a sharp tongue like the King and Queen of Swords, but people know that hard exterior, there is something loving beneath it, and people are growing and learning that. They're no longer looking at you in this way. And more people are moving from this view of you to this view. So they're moving out of that heartache and that divorce and that separation of wanting to separate themselves from you. And they're coming in because they know that you are the Queen of Cups. And you also are the High Priestess. You have knowledge, which is why you have been chosen to teach these people. You don't want to leave them out in the cold. You never have. You've wanted to help them. The Five of Pentacles is out in the cold, and that's where these people have been. But they're one at a time coming in to listen to you, coming into your counseling sessions. They're slowly coming in and building up. More and more people want to listen to you, to the point where you will feel the Ten of Cups, because these people will come to you and they will say, so-and-so, you listening, this is you. They'll come to you and they'll say, hey, you're the reason I have my 10 of cups. That's beautiful. You're not just the Ace of Wands is, you were carrying that wand around, and it's just, you're no longer wands at all, especially the 10 of wands or the 9 of wands. You're not carrying heavy burdens. This is where you started. You started with one wand until it graduated to 10. And then you released those wands and you said, you know what, I can do this. I'm capable. I see my ships coming in. My ships are the people that I'm helping, because you're looking out into that sea and you're seeing people, and you're trying to catch them before they drown, and you do. But there will be people that won't listen, and they'll stay out in that sea. They will not listen. They'll feel like it's all deceit. They'll feel like, well, you're not telling me what I need to hear. Too many people have been deceitful. Why are you now coming in and trying to tell me? I'm surrounded by deceit. These are the people that you will really have to teach a lesson to. But you have the skills, you have the knowledge, because that's what the Hierophant is. Your 6 of Pentacles, you're generous with your time, your energy, your skills. You are very generous with that, and more and more people are coming in. The people that were passing judgment on you and saying this, that, and the other in a negative way are no more. You don't have time for that. You don't have time for the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is no longer in your life. The 4 of Cups, goodbye. You don't have boredom. The more people come in, the more guidance they will need. And you will not be bored. You will not be sitting there with your arms folded like, why aren't people listening to me? Because they will be coming in with the 2 of Cups. They will be offering you a cup and thanking you. More and more people will be coming in. More and more people will be communicating with you. It's starting off, it's slow. The more you do it, the more things grow. The bigger you are, the bigger your platform, the more people will listen, because they know you are about truth. And that Wheel of Fortune will turn in your favor. You will become the Queen of Pentacles because of everything that you poured into this teaching. But you came into it with good intentions. And when it's done, many, many years, decades down the road, when you're done, you will be sitting pretty. But you're going to be sitting pretty now, because you started out with a good heart. You started out with truth, and you stayed with truth, and you worked hard. You communicated with people until their justice came in, because you helped people, and you're helping people get the justice they deserve. And that's a beautiful thing. You're helping people get on the road to get their pinnacle, and then ultimately to get their 10 of Pentacles. That's what you're teaching. You're teaching that everything isn't just about money. And when you look at things differently, when you look at things through the lens of love and helping, those pentacles will grow. That pinnacle will grow, because you're coming from a good place, and God knows that. You were on the Hanged Man. You were on that tree hanging and contemplating and figuring out and working things out in your mind. How am I going to do this? And you figured it out. You figured it out, and good things are coming your way because of it. You don't have to lay around anymore. See, this was you at one time. This was you. But you got up and you said, you know what? I don't want these 4 swords. I don't want to be in this state. I want to get up. What do I do? Something spoke to you, and you became the teacher. And the King of Pentacles came in and said, well, you know what? You're teaching so well that we want you to come here and teach here, there, and everywhere. So it's going to grow to the point where, every now and then you'll be the Queen of Wands. People will want you. They'll want you because you're the complete package. You have everything that will bring the people in to listen. You have a good heart. You're good looking. You're smart. You're capable. But most of all, you're the Queen of Cups. You have a heart. You speak truth. You put to death all of those things that don't serve people. You teach them how to be better. You're teaching people how to be better. Why are they on that tightrope where people are jabbing and trying to get at them? They're starting to see that you want to help them. They're going to come out of that hermit mode where they're feeling a certain way. They're feeling like they have to go in within, because you're making them go within. And by the things that you say, people are going to start going within. And all of this is going to give you the stability that you deserve. It's going to make sure that you have everything that you need because you're out there trying to help others. And they're going to help you. You're coming out of this mode where that teaching just had you all over the place, right? You didn't know what to do at first. People were coming at you from all directions. But now they come to you for the answers. Because again, you're the teacher and they're really the student. Thank you so much for stopping by The Humble Seer. As always, you take good care and we'll talk soon. Bye.